Good night, internet. It's over. Goodbye. Goodbye. You're never going to find independent websites again. Well, I can't really say that, but Google seems to be hell-bent on destroying the internet as we've known it. They've just announced that they are going to have a new AI model, which is going to replace your entire search page with AI snippets. Like, there's not going to be any results whatsoever from people's websites, from niche websites, whatever. And I guarantee you a lot of those snippets are probably going to be from Reddit. So I guarantee you a lot of that information is probably going to be inaccurate. But we're going to talk about this. This is the death of the free and open internet as we've known it. And Google is basically trying to become a walled garden, a closed ecosystem. They don't want you leaving Google. And they've been making moves in this direction for the last year or so, and it's been absolutely catastrophic for independent website owners and people looking for objective information, because again, a lot of the top search results are with companies they've made deals with, including Reddit. And of course, Reddit is often incorrect and almost always very, very biased. So let's talk about this. Like, I think it's time to move on, right? I mean, a lot of people are still going to use Google for search, but I've actually found Grok on X. I found that works very well as a search engine. Better than Google at this point, because again, all these AI overviews that they're giving, it's kind of, you got to take it with a grain of salt. So let's talk about this before we get into it any further, guys. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Go out to Substack, clownfishtv.substack.com, if you're looking to get notified of when we drop new videos, because YouTube, a Google product, does not always send notifications to people. It's very spotty. Like, some people are like, yeah, I always get your stuff. And other people are like, no, I never get notified of when you're posting new content. And I've been doing some A/B testing. Sometimes people get the memo when we're going to do a live stream. Sometimes people do not get the memo when we're going to do a live stream. Or, so I've been testing with premieres, video premieres, to see what Google's actually doing, because this kind of stuff fascinates me. It's always fascinated me. I have a background working in tech, and I started out working in the early internet after my stint as a journalist. And Google has definitely changed. It used to be back in the day that you would search for something, and they give you a bunch of results, and you would decide for yourself which results you wanted to click on, and you go to those sources, and you would decide if you thought those sources were legit or biased or whatever. And yeah, it did lead to the gaming of the internet, SERPs and SEO, and it became a whole cottage industry. But I don't think this is any better. I mean, we did get a lot of junk results sometimes in Google when SEO types would game the system. And then you go to a site, you're thinking, oh, it's a new news page. And it turned out it was like, oh, no, click on this link for, cheap medicine or something. It was like, what's going on here? This is not better. This is actually worse. And we're going to talk about this because we've done a couple videos mentioning how Google in the last year, in their rush to transition into basically an AI infused fever dream, they've killed off countless websites. And I know that the FTC is investigating Google and other companies for bias, right? But what they're not seeing, or what I don't think enough people are talking about, is the fact that they have actually killed off a lot of independent websites, while rolling out this AI technology. And they call it the HCU, which is the helpful content update, or the human content update. And it's neither human nor helpful. And look, I know we've talked about before that a lot of gaming sites are getting nuked or whatever, but there are a lot of good sites out there. A lot of unbiased sites, they're getting swept up in this too. And there are countless people, and I can tell you because I talked to a lot of them, because we had websites too, and ours got nuked just like everybody else's. And we talk, and I'm like, man, it's bad. I mean, there are countless, site owners, people that are just out of work now, and it happened so quickly. It happened overnight. And again, the thing about the internet is you can never really count on it, I don't think, to make a living, or but we're talking sites that have been in business for like 15 years, 20 years, and all of a sudden it's like, yep, guess what? We're turning the traffic off because we want to push AI snippets to people. And is that what people want? I don't think that's what people want, because Google's getting a lot of blowback. And we're going to go out to Twitter and talk about how much people hate this. They're like, oh, yeah, this is just what we wanted, even more incorrect AI-generated answers. So this is, I think this is Business Insider's take on it. They said, Google says going to begin testing a new AI mode built into its search engine. AI mode aims to give users a wider and more diverse set of results than AI overviews. This is going to be the new normal. This is what happened with AI overviews. They gave the overview at first, and it was optional, and then they made it kind of the default, right? They said it brings AI even closer to the core Google search experience, because that's what everybody wants. Google said plans to test a new AI mode for search that would provide an entire page of artificial intelligence generated results in response to user queries. And again, they source a lot of that information from Reddit, Quora, a bunch of very biased forums. Like, it's not the most reliable information. Wikipedia, which we know is kind of compromised at this point, right? The new feature, which is set to be available to early testers, would place an AI mode tab at the top of the Google search page. When clicked, the user would be taken to a new page that answers the query with a wider and more diverse set of results powered by AI. Google already offers AI overviews, which attempts to answer some queries with a direct answer at the top of the page. AI mode takes a step further by generating an entire page of results powered by a custom version of the Gemini model. Remember, Gemini would have us believe that George Washington was a black lesbian in a wheelchair. I'm just saying, this is all your results are going to be skewed. They're going to be skewed. One example Google provided, a user might search for information about sleep trackers and find the AI mode creates a comparison table that compares the various available options. Again, why go to a consumer website? There's no reason for it. There's no reason for it. But where are they going to get the information from? Reddit? Reddit says don't buy this thing because it's racist. That's where the information is going to come from. Google said it would start inviting Google One AI Premium subscribers in the U.S. to test the new mode via Search Labs, adding that it has already been available to a small number of trusted testers. It did not provide a timeline. Now, here's the thing. And I talked about it before, because people are going to be like, well, you're either all in on AI or you're not. No. I did a video before earlier this week talking about Hollywood and how they're going to use AI to make movies cheaper, faster, with fewer people. I think that's good because we're using AI as a tool. In this particular case, Google is basically going to, and they're saying it's being tested right now. It is being tested, but I guarantee you a year from now, it's going to be the new normal. The new normal is going to be your first page of results. The entire page is going to be AI generated stuff from Google, from its sources, which we know are biased, right? And if you're thinking about starting a website, for God's sake, find something else to do, because there is no point. There is no point to having an independent website. You will not get found. And that is the new reality. Did I mention, go out to clownfishtv.substack.com. I think that's going to be the new normal for publishers, is that they're going to wind up having to go to these closed ecosystems, and that's a problem. It's a huge problem, because that means that if any of these platforms, like Substack or X or whatever, if they pull the rug out from underneath you, you're screwed, because you depend on them for traffic, and you depend on them in some cases for monetization. It really is leading us to a very scary place. Like, the technology is there. Like, anybody can host a website on the internet and say whatever they want to say and publish whatever they want to publish, but you're not going to get found, right? you're not going to get found. The biggest search engine out there is going to skew the results, and people would argue they already do, but they're going to heavily skew the results in favor of their business partners. And where are we going to go for search? Bing is like, I mean, Bing's kind of in the same boat right now. People are like, DuckDuckGo. I'm like, yeah, but they're so small at this point. And I do believe that AI will be used like Grok, to do search, but it also needs to actually send you to a variety of sources. And that's not going to happen here, right? Because Google's going to try to keep you Google's going to try to keep you on their homepage because they can throw ads on it. And again, like I said, they're going to push you in the direction of their business partners, in my opinion. And that's not a free and open internet. So this is going to be really interesting. The new AI mode, while still in development, offers a glimpse into an entirely new approach to how Google's search engine may eventually work. Now, they're already going to do it, guys. They already decided they're going to do it. It's just a year or two out. With this new mode, people can ask nuanced questions that might have previously taken multiple searches, like exploring a new concept to comparing options and beyond, get a comprehensive AI-powered response, Google said Wednesday. Again, Grok can already do it, but Grok will actually send you to a bunch of sources, and a lot of them are not Reddit. AI mode also feels like a bridge between classic search and its Gemini chatbot, which currently can be accessed via its own website or through the app. AI mode would attempt to answer queries directly where it can, but also prominently show links to sources of information. And Google said, tap shopping data for millions of products. There it is, guys. There it is. They're not even hiding it. They want you to shop because they get money, affiliate money. But like the Gemini chatbot, AI mode could also let users ask follow-up questions. You can use text, voice, or images. Yeah, because that's the thing. I mean, that's kind of right now they've got the Google reverse image search. And that was a whole freaking business popped up around that. Speaking of websites, I mean, this is like a side tangent, but we were getting hit on a couple of our websites with this scammy ass legal, quote unquote, legal firm representing photographers in California. Because there's a California law that like you can't post pictures without the explicit permission of the photographer, whatever. But they were using Google image search, reverse image search, to go out and hit websites with like, oh, you have to pay us like $5,000. You have to pay us like $8,000 for the license of that because we have the rights to that. We represent that photographer. It was a huge scam. And I don't know if that company's still around or not, but like as soon as reverse image search popped up, like all these parasites, it's kind of like on YouTube with, the copyright claims, for music. And a lot of it, like you'll get like 10 different parasites trying to latch on to the same content. And it's like, well, who actually owns it? Right. Because we had a video, we did a bunch of commercials from the 80s. It was like a Halloween live stream or something we did. And we had a bunch of commercials in there from the 1980s. And some of these companies were not even in business anymore, but like all these ad agencies were trying to claim this content. And they're literally on that one video, thank God it wasn't making any money for us. It was just a live stream. But like that one video, I think we had like 20 different entities try to claim it. I'm like, you guys can fight amongst yourselves. I don't give a shit. I don't care. But yeah, I mean, that's nuts. Google said Wednesday it had launched its Gemini 2 model for AI overviews, said it would improve search results, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's not going well for them on X. So they posted this. They're like, hey guys, it's super exciting. It's super exciting. We're going to do AI mode in Google search. And they're going to keep pushing this, guys. Like search 5 years from now is basically going to be like Alexa, but everywhere. Like you're literally just going to type in like, actually, I can't even say type in. I think a lot of people are going to just speak into their phones or whatever. And then it's going to give you a bunch of search results where people are just going to, copy paste a photo and be like, find this person. And it'll do it for them. So this person, digital marketing curmudgeon, says AI overviews are obviously hated by most people. Pretending your power users, whatever the fuck those are, actually want more of that inaccurate, garbled bullshit sounds like an obvious lie. But if you've got some data to support the claim, we'd love to see it. Goal rival, interesting. Let's see how much traffic people are about to lose. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Websites are done. There's no point. No user actually wants this, and don't make up data saying that they do. No, they don't want it. They are banking on people just being sheep, right? This is how Google works now. And a lot of these tech companies, they want you to just shut your brain off and click on the shopping links. And that's what they want. And look, I'll tell you the truth. They're pushing on YouTube too. We only have links for the most part to our own products in our own store, clownfishminus.com. But they're actually pushing people. They're pushing creators into, putting links up to Temu or whatever it is, Shein, whatever. These Chinese companies, but they want you to send people to shopping sites because they get the affiliate revenue from it. So make no mistake. I'm being completely honest here. This isn't about helping the user. This is about Google helping themselves to more revenue so they can brag to their shareholders about record profits. That's what this is about. This is what it's always been about. Why a wait list when we're paying for Google One AI Premium? Grok is way heavy. That is actually true. Grok is, I'm being honest here, and this isn't me being, because I was really apprehensive about Musk when he bought Twitter, changing it significantly because it looked like it was just basically the same thing with a different name when he turned it to X. But I think it's worth it just for Grok. Grok is actually an excellent search engine. It really is. And it's also up to date. And that's one thing. You can't say that about ChatGPT. And ChatGPT, it's okay if you're having it help you write an essay or something, right? But it is not good at finding current information, and its sources are absolutely biased. And we're gonna get that with Google, and we're gonna have it everywhere. And that's gonna be what everybody's using is search. God help us, right? Because you're gonna have first graders being like, George Washington was a black lesbian in a wheelchair. Why does she not look that way on the quarter? Anyway. This person says, going to be curious if we see any Google ads on those model or AI mode results. That's absolutely what is going to happen. Google doubling down on destroying search. Can AI overviews train itself on content from its own AI overviews? That's what I think happens in a lot of cases. I think AIs are, training themselves on other AI generated content, and you just get this vicious cycle of inaccurate gobbledygook. New experiment called Content Theft Engine that leverages Gemini 2.0 to steal content more efficiently because we want to be a publisher as well. Being a search engine was not enough for us. We want more money. And to do this, we need to kill small publishers. This is a huge problem. Nobody's really talking about this. They're talking about it on X. They're talking about it on blogs. Follow Josh Tyler, who runs Giant Freaking Robot. He's been really on Google over this. A lot of people you're not hearing about because those websites have been shut down, for the most part. But Google has destroyed niche websites. And again, I know a lot of people are like, well, thank God those gaming sites are gone too. I'm like, yeah, but it's affecting everybody. You think you're going to create an alternative to IGN or something? You're not going to get found anymore. It's not going to happen. Good to see Search Liaison getting his quarterly work quota of looks at feed 2 retweets. Oh boy. No thanks. I use Grok. I'm sure this will be great. iRoll, good way to destroy sites. It's over. Yeah. Use Bing. Looking forward to test it. Well, said somebody is. Gemini 2.0 should lead to significant improvement with AI overviews. It looks interesting. Can't wait to try it. So these people are testers. Okay. Will be available in Google Chrome browser. I had to stop using Chrome. My computer is so damn slow when I have Chrome open, and it's a good machine. But I had to use other browsers, like literally everything but Chrome at this point, because it's so bloated. About the broken search engine. Is this good for you? Anyway, all publishers leave the building from 1 year ago, and all of us know the Google end is very soon. Yeah, it's true. It's over. The internet's over. The internet as we've known it is basically over, because we had a bunch of independently owned websites that were tethered together by Google, right? And then Google did a heel turn with the AI overviews, and then that's it. There's no reason to host an independent website anymore, because you're not going to get found. But again, if you go in with all in on social media, there's nothing saying that they won't go out of business. They won't change their terms of service. You won't get booted. You know, like I don't have a solution. I feel like we need to, it's like if Google is not going to be Google, then we need a new Google. That's what it feels like. Don't worry, we're making the best software you've seen in a while, world's first, which will make the search experience easier for everyone. You're doing great. This guy has to be a tester. Nobody cares. Seems like another text mode and less real heavy interpretation of the search. Makes no difference. Google needs to go back to basics, I think. What are the quote retweets like here? Let's look at these. Content theft engine. Josh Tyler, there he is. The end of the open web. Still waiting for Android to be replaced with an AI core system. We are accelerating of closing 80% of our free content behind gateways, not necessary behind paywall. Fuck you, Google. Bye-bye free internet. It was a great 30 years. Yeah. The day the music died. Very interesting development. AI-powered search is something real. Yeah, it is. Use Grok. It'll actually send you to websites that aren't biased. AI mode in search soon. People are excited. I'm like, yeah, well, you're not publishers. So it's like, of course, and I don't think you realize, like, it's exciting, but it's like, we're going to limit the number of voices that are going to get heard. And it's going to be, again, whatever Google thinks is the most authoritative voice. And it's probably going to be Reddit. It's probably going to be like the New York Times. It's going to be all the mainstream media outlets and a bunch of crazies from vetted social media platforms. I mean, if that's what you want. This person, Nick Leroy, says, maybe I'm in a mood today, but nothing makes me throw my hands up in the air more than this update. I bet those resources cited in the answer further refine the actual link to the site and the right. If they don't actually click out of Google, this is truly a zero-click result. It will greatly impact organic search. Yeah, there's no purpose. There's no point. And I retweeted it. I said, good night, internet. It's been fun. That's it. That's it. It's over. I mean, I hate to be that guy, but right now I get most of my news from X anyway. But if you're a publisher and you're not locked in with some corporation that has protection from this, you're done. Ask Retro Dodo how that went. The irony of being called Retro Dodo and having Google make your site extinct, by the way. But all right, so I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later. Again, go out to clownfishtv.substack.com. I think that's where a lot of people are going to be going because you're not going to get found. You are not going to get found otherwise. So take care.